Hi, Sonia Devine here. This is part 2 of the 2 trees over there that I'm painting. I just had a really necessary, very powerful break there, just doing a little bit of stretching, not letting myself get too crumpled up. And you know, it's fierce necessary, like already just in this short painting, I feel like I want to devote half my time to stretching, half my time to observing. So part 2, let's see. I wanted to make a nice thick, I'm really enjoying myself actually. I wanted to make a nice thick sky colour that's going to be kind of buttery against these more thinly painted areas of foliage and stuff. There we are. So there's this bright sky through and behind the trees, various shifts in tone and colour. So I've got a couple of mixes on the palette here. It's a kind of a purplish one and a more cerulean blue mix. It's a slightly duller purplish one there now. Creeping up. Yeah, and so some of the tree is going to be off the page. The linseed oil allows me to move the brush more easily on the canvas. It doesn't get stuck so much, so I really like that. The reason I don't often paint on canvas is because of that kind of stalling. I feel like it's less, it's not so easy to kind of allow the brush to flow along. So the linseed oil is a good solution there for me to get the feeling of free, easy movement of the brush along. I want to be able to establish whatever it is I've seen easily and quickly. So I'm mixing a little bit more because I placed that yellow ochre bush. I placed it a bit too far up, I think. At least I see it to be here now. And I think that yellow ochre colour features elsewhere too. I'm mixing the yellow ochre colour because I don't have it here. It's a mix, I think, of alizarin, cadmium orange and cadmium yellow. That's what I'm using. And the sky got mixed in there, so I'm just making it a bit cleaner again and a bit darker. I was just thinking, you know, anyone who studies the Alexander technique or anything wouldn't really be impressed by my posture here. I'm leaning on one elbow, but needs must sometimes, and I will regularly uncrumple. It is worth doing your best to set yourself up with as much recognition of the you know, the ease for your body. But sure, there'll always be compromise there. Alright, back to blue sky. It's a cerulean blue. And a different size brush, capturing hopefully the tilt of that tree as it leans into the other one, away from the slope of the hill. And I'm giving it more of a slant again. I wanted to really lean that way. think for the sake of the composition as much as anything. That little extra bit of tension appeals to me. Yeah, without it toppling over entirely. Okay, so I'm going to go now for the front. I think it's cadmium orange mixed with white, really. That's what I'm using to describe the grasses in the front so far. Maybe a bit later. Now, they are actually darker than that field of yellow back here, so that needs to be made a bit brighter. And now I'll go back to the foreground grasses again. I want to perch it on my knee. I want to be able to kind of do this. I'm just... Let's see if I can do that and for you to still be able to see. Yeah, okay, so I'm just looking at the grasses in the foreground. So the grasses in the foreground there are darker than that field. However, they're lighter than this tree here. And not as light as the sky, but lighter than the background foliage. And then I'll get another brush. So I want to get the feeling of that green grass in the front. So I'm mixing cerulean blue with cadmium yellow to paint in that green that's in the foreground. And I think maybe it's got more cerulean blue field here, the short grass, with the white showing through it. Maybe that'll work. And then I'm going to deepen the tone again I'm just using chalk, sepia coloured chalk, to draw that edge. Actually, I've got chalks here. Maybe think it's the strange combination with the oil paint, but I'm happy enough to give it a go. It seems like the texture in the front is important. You can hear poor Liz snivelling there. She's got allergies. I suppose it's hay fever. My eyes half closed, the background needs to be darker than it is at the moment. go back to the paint and fill in some of these gaps with the dark background, leaving hopefully the foreground reading as foreground. Just half closing my eyes, doing my best to identify things here. It's slightly tricky, this. Just to keep a handle. I think I haven't maybe been half closing my eyes enough. Just keeping a handle on the darks and lights is an important part of this, it seems. And this line that I started out with, remember I was talking about the shadow between the grass, short and long grass at the front here. I think those diagonals are important. So I'm just re-establishing those. And of course the other important thing is the sky. You know, I feel like I want to still make those grasses a little bit more lighter. Oh gosh, it's very light. Just in front of the tree here especially, it seems important to bring some brightness in at the top of the grass. I find myself at a bit of a devil-may-care attitude here. That I don't have any fixed. Well, I kind of care more about how I feel than making something amazing. Alright. So, sky. And how about if I give myself 14 more moves? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'm going to give myself another 14. 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not letting myself get away with much here, am I? I think I kind of like that the corner hasn't got any colour so much in it. And there's lovely bright patches through the trees that could be the same tone as that. Feels like it's quite nondescript, but it's just barely hanging in there, I think. Maybe a bit of short, stabby foreground grass now will create a feeling of a bit more depth. I see Damien's coming around, he'll have some ideas, I think. He's great with colour, especially I find he's got some great ideas for what to shift, for when to shift something forward. Hi. I'm just about finished, I think.
Ah, lovely, yes.
Is there something, like, I don't know, is it working in terms of depth? Or even if it makes sense if you weren't seeing those trees.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see what you mean. I think it's possibly to do with the sky.
Oh, okay. That it's coming forward too much.
Yeah, or just to bring it together a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I find
Here?
that either that light patch is a little bit isolated.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I take it out, then the sky's a bit dark, so you need some light.
Uh-huh.
But at the moment, it might be worth trying to either spread some of that light through.
Yeah.
Or get, for example, the blues are only down there. Could well, there's one there, but could they come up?
Yeah.
So I find the sky's a little bit fragmented.
Yeah,
and
I get
that's
it.
probably not helping your depth.
Yeah. Okay.
But just one or two sort of distributing the blue and the light.
Yeah.
Ought to do it.
Okay, and the foreground's fine, really, is it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it will be made to work by the pushing the sky back.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Thanks, Damien. Right. See? Great. Succinct advice. Alright, so I'm going to go with the blue sky. Find more places to put blue in. And I think I'll make it cohesive. You know. I am trying to find the places where it feels like those patches need to be placed rather than just putting them in any old place. So that they're bright. I want to make an ultramarine bright as well. Okay, so now I've put some ultramarine blue into that mix with the white. And where was I going to do it? I think like here and there, kind of here actually, and there, and down here. And last of all, down here at the edge. And just that, there's a kind of a dark ridge of green that I'm not really capturing that merges the trees together here. And it's also here. So Damien will be starting up his weekly classes again I think in September. And there's the option to do an online version or a socially distanced actual class in his studio at Wasps in Dalray. There's a lot of space there, so it's manageable. And I'm going to be doing a summer school in August, 5 days, under a marquee in the gardens at Cockenzie House in East Lothian on the coast. Sea air, salt sea air, I love it. And we'll be doing lots of warm up for the body and warm up for the creative spirit as part of that. Having my new realisation as to the importance of that whole thing. Now, half closing my eyes, see this tree is a bit, it's quite bitty. So if you want to find out more about any of those things, myself or Damien's classes, Damien is www.damiencallan.co.uk, and you can find me on Facebook, or my website is Anya, well, email me maybe, Anya at anyadivinepaintings.co.uk or www.anyadivinepaintings.co.uk. I'd be delighted now if any of you would like to join us for the summer, join me for the summer school, 24th of August for 5 days. And Komachi's going to model, beautiful Komachi, the model from Japan. She's going to wear her kimono and put flowers in her hair. She's got beautiful grace about her, Komachi, and an incredible feeling when she models. Something about her. I mean, this fantastic models. Lake is the same, Alistair, Helena. Now, I'm still finding the sky, bridging the gaps between the sky and the trees here. Finding stepping stones of sky, rather, through the foliage. It's such a small painting to take so long, but you know, it happens. Some yellow ochre came into the sky there. I think I might stop. There's a brightness, lovely bright blue flash has just appeared here. Yeah, any blue sky, a bit like sunshine in Scotland, any blue sky is to be seized upon. And exploited to the full. I'm going to put a bit more dark in the land behind, and I think I'm going to stop then. So dark in the land behind here, yeah, to emphasise the upward sweep, the background foliage and the ditch behind. And I think I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm just going to stop there. Thanks for watching. See you for the next one. I've got this big canvas, I might use that next, we'll see. Ooh. Okay, thanks for watching. I've got a numb foot. My whole leg is numb. Lunchtime, I'd say.